me see what this looks like on my phone here. For some reason, my app never wants me to watch my own stream, which is annoying. But hopefully my internet works. I'm not 100% sure it was working last night. Okay, looks pretty good. So I'm also kind of working simultaneously. So it's kind of like do my makeup as I'm at work with me. Oh, I can hear myself speaking. Okay. So let's begin. I'm just going to do kind of like a simple makeup look for work. I just did all my skincare, so I have my vitamin C serum on my face that we're nice and moisturized. So I'm now going to hop in and do one of these little sample size. Actually, I want my makeup to look nicer today. I'll just stick on my face. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Hydro Grip Primer. The other ones, I just don't know 100% how they perform, so I'm not going to do that. I'm taking a little bit of a road trip today, so I do want to make sure my face cooperates. The e.l.f. Hydro Grip Primer does definitely help keep everything on my face. It is like pretty much a dupe of the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. It just really grips everything to your face, and I feel like that's pretty true. It's actually one of my more favorite primers that I have. I mean, I just chose it over the Smashbox little sample I had, so pretty good. It does take a little bit to dry on your face. You have to wait 30 seconds before applying product. So I am going to go in and just put a little of this lipstick primer on my lips while I wait. And get my foundation ready also. I'm going to go in with my Uoma Beauty foundation and a wet beauty blender. And I'm going to just squeeze out a couple pumps onto the wet beauty blender. And pull my hair out of the way. I'm going to start dabbing this all over my face, trying to particularly get it like in my T-zone area here, just because that's where I am the oiliest, and that's where my makeup comes off first. But I did learn a little trick on like Facebook Reels where you set all of your liquids and creams with a setting spray before you move on to everything else. So I have been doing that for a while and it seems to be working for me. So I'm just going to drag this down onto my neck a little bit here. Make sure my whole face is covered. Alright, that looks pretty good. I am going on a trip, so I do need to try to remember to pack everything that I'm using with me. Otherwise, I will not have it. And I have forgotten my whole foundation before, which is annoying because then I have to try to use like a powder and it just is not the same. So, per the TikTok, or I don't know if those are TikToks, per like the TikTok / Facebook reel I saw, I'm going to set my face lightly and then we're going to just chill out with it and then I'm going to start doing all the powders. I did go in with the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray because it is like a very fine mist. And then I'll go back in with like the NYX Matte Finish at the end just because this one has like, I don't know, like more product comes out when you spray it, so it just takes longer to dry down. So I use that one at the end when my face is time to dry. Now I am trying to get my face done. So I'm gonna like preset out all my little powders as I wait for my face to kind of dry here. So I'm just kind of setting everything out and opening it up on the counter just so that I can just go in once this is dry and then just go for it. Let me also see how I just ran a little code snippet. So let me run Let me download this so that I'm ready to go for later. Oh no, my computer's dying. Okay. Deal with that later. So I feel like my face is like pretty much dried. So I think it's as dry as I'm going to let it get. So, because we gotta move on. So I'm going to start in on my powders. I'm first gonna go in with, I always forget what brush I decided was gonna be the brush for this powder. But I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place setting powder and just set my face. It is like translucent-ish. It is like a very light beige, so it does make my face a little bit lighter. But it does help to keep all the products that I put on my face in place. Just does what it says it does. It just sets everything down and in place for me. Alright, that looks pretty good. I do just try to blend everything back down onto my neck as well. So here's what I just put on my face. It is the Juvia's Place powder. I am panicking a little bit because I'm like running out of it and like it is sold out everywhere. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm now going to go in and add back in a little bit of that color I just took off of my face. I am going in here with, I think TikTok made this one famous, but to be fair, I was using it for many years before TikTok made it famous. I honestly, I've been using this product so long that like, I remember when they changed their packaging like a year or two ago, so it's been a hot minute, but honestly I was just always drawn to this product because it says it lasts for 24 hours, which like, debatable, but I like the bold claim, and if I can get anywhere close to 24 hours, that's a win. This is the L'Oreal Infallible powder. This can be used just by itself as a foundation with a little, if I can open it, with a little, it does come with like a little like sponge underneath it with like a little mirror, so great for on the go, or you could just be putting this on separate as a foundation, and it does provide pretty good coverage, but honestly I've been using it so long that like TikToks were not around to tell me that, so I used it as like an additional colored powder for my face. I'm now going in with my NARS bronzer here just to add a little bit of color to my face and just a little bit of shape as well, just so that my face looks a little bit more dimensional and less like a big sphere. So I do go in and put this color on my cheeks, on my forehead, and I also put it beneath my chin. And I am going in here with like a fluffier highlight brush just because I do feel like it gives kind of like a softer look. It looks better on this cheek than the other cheek, but it does look softer. Also, the lighting's a little bit weird where I'm at just because it's like directly overhead, so I don't know, it's not making me look super flattering in the stream, but we are working with it. I'm now gonna go in with my, I just dropped the plastic thing, my little mini NARS blush, just smiling, focusing on the apples of my cheeks and just pushing it back up my face towards my hairline. Just make sure that looks nice there. Just putting it on the apples of my cheeks and then just pushing it back towards my hairline. And this is a little bit more of a luminous blush, so you can see that it is kind of doing the job of my highlighter as well. But I am going to add in a little bit more highlighter to my face. I totally forgot I'm supposed to be packing all this as I use it. Okay. Make sure I have everything that I've used thus far. Now I'm just going to go in with a little touch more of highlight here and just kind of really highlight the top portion of my face. I do try to keep it more simple for work. I mean, this is probably not a lot of people's idea of simple, but to me, this is simple. And also, I guess I'll do a little shadow for you all since I'm here. I'll do a little something, something. Plus, then I remember to pack all this, so that's a win. So I'm going to go in with my KVD Shake Eyeshadow Primer, remembering to shake it. And I'm just going to start putting this product all over my eyelid here. This is more of like a priming water, but I went without it, I think, on Monday's stream, and I don't know if just the makeup look I tried to do was bad or if the shadow colors I picked were bad, but it just really did not look good. So now I'm like, I need to remember to do the primer at all times. So I am going in with this little Natasha Denona palette. It's just this little mini one here. I think this is the mini nude palette. Yeah, mini nude palette. And it's funny because at first I did not really like this eyeshadow palette because I don't feel like the color payoff is that good. And like, to be fair, I'm using like a beige color, but I feel like I do have to go back in and get more color quite a bit. So, but it's really nice to do like a more neutral office look. I just wish that it came with like a white, like a nice little brow bone shade, and then it would be literally perfect. But I've done this for like, even when we took like our headshots, like when I went into the office, it just came out really nicely because it does kind of come out a little bit more light. And I don't know if like if I were to use these like wet or something, if like it would would produce like a more vibrant pigmented look. I know sometimes certain eyeshadows are meant to be used wet, or they're like enhanced, like if you do wet your brush first and then use them, but I don't know. I feel like just using them as is pretty decent for me, because it's like a little bit lighter, which is good for work. I'm gonna go in with a little tiny brush here and just drag this color under my eye a little bit here. I do have a 10 o'clock meeting at the top of the hour for me, so I'm gonna try to finish all this next 13 minutes, which should be doable. I do keep my makeup pretty simple for work, so I'm just gonna go with a little bit of shimmer. This is already more than I normally do. I meant to be one of those people that always has eyeshadow on at work, but just didn't work out for me that way. Do try to get a little bit of that inner corner also, as I'm just packing this little glitter shade on my face. This glitter is kind of like, I don't know if it's the way that I'm using it or it's the way it was made, but there's like little like chunks that are coming up like in it, and I'm not sure why that is. So I don't know like if it got like clumpy and it's just coming up, but it is like a little bit weird that there's just like these big like flakes of product. Right, let me see if that looks symmetrical. Maybe a little bit more here. Okay, looks pretty good, but I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like this little like, oh, okay, let's just drop the chunk. There's like this little like chunk, like flake of color in here, and I don't know why. I actually don't think this is gonna be the shadow palette I bring with me. I'm gonna bring the big boy because this is the one that has, I'm just gonna push this edge color onto the glitter so it looks nicely blended. This is my only palette that does have like the white shade for a little bit of brow bone here, so kind of a bummer. I wish more of them came with this, but oh well. I would say that's on me for picking something that doesn't have it, but a lot of them don't have it, so it's kind of on to eyeshadow manufacturers, like, why don't you put white in there? Like, you know, most people do go in and do a little brow bone. Although maybe they don't, I don't know. It's so hard to tell what's in style these days. I have simply no idea. I'm going in here doing a little bit of eyeliner, just try to do a little thin line. Curl my lashes here. I feel like I always forget to curl my lashes and I get called out on it, so here we are. Curled the lashes. Now we're gonna go in with a little bit of did I say eyeshadow primer? With my eyelash primer. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. That's embarrassing. So I'm going in with a little bit of my eyelash primer here just to get more bang for my buck for my mascara. But I do try not to put too much of this on because it does make my eyelashes white and it's just harder to cover them up. This is the Pacifica Vegan Collagen Lash Serum Plus Primer. Now I'm gonna go in here with, I'm gonna use my little Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill little mascara sample. I feel like you guys can't see it, but just this little sample here. And I'm gonna try to do what I saw on like a little TikTok where you use the edge of the brush and like brush the color, I guess not the color, brush the product in and then you like comb the product through. Alright, that looks pretty good. I actually, funny enough, I used to do like full eyeshadow looks for work. And then I'd put on like big old false lashes too, but no time for that. I normally just put on like a couple little swipes of mascara and call that good. Just gonna do a little bit of my lower lashes as well. I'm not gonna do too much because I'm like quite far away from the mirror that I'm looking in, and I don't want to just smear it under my eye here. Okay, that should be good enough. Let me just get real close to my mirror so I can see what it looks like for a sec. Okay. Yeah, looks pretty good. I just like to have a little bit of lower lashes. All right, now I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. Don't come for me because I do my eyebrows last. I don't know why, it just works for me, sort of. So, and I have 7 minutes. Let's do this. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my little Morphe pencil here and just try to draw a little outline of some eyebrows for myself. And I typically go back in with a Q-tip and touch them up as needed. This looks like this might be a Q-tip touch-up day because I did not do that good of a job on drawing this outline, but that's okay. It can always be touched up. Go in here on the other side, try to draw something similar as well here. Okay, I feel like this is like a newer pencil, so I don't know, sometimes they don't come out as well. Which I don't know if that's on me or if it's in my head, but sometimes I'm like, I didn't like this pencil as much as the last one. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to draw in like a little bit of eyebrow for myself here. Actually, those look not bad. They look relatively similar. So that's a win. And that looks pretty good. Pretty good there. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with a matching Morphe brow pomade. And I'm going to just add in a little bit more color. It's like the back end my brows here. And then just more lightly in the front of them. Okay, this one looks pretty good. This one needs a little bit of love. It's also hard because my eyes are different shapes, so try to work with it as best as we can. Not bad. Here's my little, I had a little Q-tip that I was using. Where did it go? Okay, well I guess these are good enough. I'm just gonna feather out the front a little bit here, just so it's like a little bit lighter and nicer. I wish I had my Q-tip. I guess I did another one. I just know I had one from yesterday that I was using. I don't know where it went. Okay. It's not bad. I'm just going with a little bit more pencil here. I'm like looking at the clock. I'm like, I'm quickly running out of time. Okay, I don't know. I think that's as good as it's gonna get today. Don't love it, but it's all right. It's just another day at work. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of NYX Control Freak for my brows. Just keep everything I just drew in place here. I do try to wipe it off just to keep the brush clean. I'm gonna go in with my NYX Matte Finish Spray here. Just keep my face nice and matte, hopefully. And I'm just gonna go with my favorite neutral lipstick, the Kat Von D, just basic here, as I wait for my face to dry. All right. A little bit up here. All right, that looks pretty good. Then I just try to smile and just see what it looks like, see if I can even it out a little bit. I need to get closer to my mirror here. Okay, got a little bit on my teeth, but that looks pretty good. Pretty happy with all of this. Let me take you all to some better lighting. I'll show you guys the work fit here quickly. Just basic, and then face. It's not bad, just quick and easy for work. I did a little bit more for you guys, but this is what it looks like. I'm gonna hop to my meeting, so hopefully you all have a good day of work. If it's your day off, jealous, enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. I am going on vacation, so I might not be able to do every day, but hopefully I will see you all tonight or tomorrow. If not, for sure Sunday night. So, bye.